Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well today. Today we're going to be filming a declutter. So I did one quite a while back, and I think what I'm going to be doing now is just doing it annually. And so in January every year, just kind of going through everything that I have and yeah, decluttering, getting rid of, organising all of my makeup. I don't have loads of makeup, so it's not as if I'm going to be getting rid of loads, but I do have a fair amount. Some things are super old. Now I've done a whole year on YouTube, there's definitely things that I thought I would use that maybe I haven't. And so yeah, we're going to go through it all, and I think we're going to do a bit of skincare and like hair care as well. Yeah, I love watching these. I think it's so therapeutic. So yeah, I'm going to set you up and we can kind of start going through all of the categories. I might be doing this in 2 parts. Not sure. I'm not sure how long it's going to be. I think my last one was in 2 parts. So maybe this one will be as well. So maybe this is going to be part 1. But yeah, love it if you can like and subscribe. It would mean an awful lot to me. And yeah, let's declutter. Okay, to start off with, I have primers in this section, and then I've got all my setting sprays and stuff in this section. I have quite a lot of primers, so what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to move these somewhere else. It has been handy having them in here, but this to me is just too crowded. So yeah, I'm going to take these out and then find a new base for them. This is going to be quite handy, I think. Yeah, all my dividers are from Amazon. I will link them all down below. Okay, let's start with like glowy stuff. So this is the Maybelline Protector 4-in-1 Glow. I really love this. Obviously you can see how much I've used. I would 100% be repeating getting this. I actually quite like this with this like thing on. Normally I'd take these off all of the products, but because it's so big I actually really don't mind it. So yeah, this is going to be a keep. This is my, look how disgusting it is. This is my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. As you can see, it's all started to break down. This is probably like 5 years old, so this I am going to throw away. My e.l.f. is obviously gonna stay. This is one of my favourite primers, glowy primers. These highlighters, so I've got, this one is from L'Oreal and this is from Sleek. These are both like highlighting drops. I like both of these. This is really good for adding like colour. I use this almost like how people would use like the Drunk Elephant bronzing drops, and this is just really nice to add like shimmer underneath, as if I'm like underpainting, if I want something really like really glittery. My e.l.f. primers, I like both of these. I prefer this one, but I'm gonna keep them both, even though I do always reach for this one more. It's handy to have this one. It's small, and yeah, I'll use it up. My other e.l.f. primer, this is the Sea Bright primer. This is well loved, and it's one of my favourite of the putty primers, so I'll be keeping this. I do have these minis as well. So I've got the mini luminous, just the normal poreless, and the matte. Do I need to keep all of these? I don't really like the normal one, so I think I will. This is the normal one. Yeah, I'm gonna pass, even though it's mini, I'm gonna see if a friend wants this, because these two, the luminous and the matte ones, are kind of handy to have, but I do always kind of grab this one. This blur primer from Makeup Revolution, I just never reach for it. It's very like silicone-y. Yeah, it's just not something that I kind of grab. Do I think it works? Yeah, ish. But yeah, it's just not something that I kind of ever really grab, so I'm going to pass this along too. All of my hydrating primers I'm keeping. This Refy one is great. This NYX one isn't my favourite, but it's not bad, so I'll use it up. But this probably isn't something that I'd repurchase. This Refy one is. My Vive Skin Nova is literally all used up, so I'm going to keep this out just to really finish it off. I might chop off the top. But yeah, this is something that I'm going to repurchase. It is, yeah, one of my favourites. We have Skin Hero. This is lovely. I probably don't know if I would really buy the big one again, but I would, because this is the mini version. It's quite expensive, so, but I do think maybe I would buy this smaller one again. I do really like it if I've got kind of, my skin is kind of breaking out and I know I need to wear quite a lot of makeup. I like to put this on and I feel like it's a bit gentler on my skin, if that makes sense. So yeah, I do like this one. And these are testers. This I've kept. I didn't really know where I got it from last time. I think I got it as like a sample. I haven't really used it, so I'm gonna, yeah, get rid of this one. And this Laneige water cream I have been really loving. I am tempted to get a bigger version when this runs out because it's really nice and moisturising. I really like this as a primer. This is now discontinued, but I really love it. So I might, this is probably going to be something that I stop using on camera, but it's going to be something I kind of use in the background and just get it used up because I still have quite a lot of product left. It is quite old, but I am going to keep it because it is still like a really good, lovely primer. I don't know why they've discontinued it. Maybe their other primers and like creams sell better, but I really, really enjoyed this. I think it plumps the skin. It's like, yeah, just really, really nice on the skin. And I think it does what it says. It really gives you like a youthful glow. My Max Strobe Dewy Skin Tint. I kind of stopped reaching for this. There was a phase where I used this all the time. I am going to keep it, but this is something that maybe if I don't kind of really start using it this year, might be a declutter for next time. This Hourglass is a new one and I love it, and so is this YSL. These two are very similar. I've got a video coming out where I try this on camera. They're very similar, but it's lovely, it's stunning. They're both stunning. So these are both keeps. The e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I like this. I think it does what it needs to do. Do I think it's super like pore filling? No, but I don't have massive pores. But my pores aren't like a massive problem for me. I just like how this makes my skin look. It kind of does plump it up a bit. And I just think it's a really good drugstore primer, so I'm going to be keeping that. This Fenty, this is the True Matte Pro filter. This is a mini version. I love this for a matte primer because it's hydrating but matte. So this is definitely going to be a keeper. And then my iconic London Underglow Blurring Primer. This is staying. It's one of my favourite primers. I love it like so much. So yeah, I will be keeping this as well. Okay, so here I have all my primers. So Here I've got my like expensive ones. I've got all my like mattifying and like pore filling primers here. My favourite glowy primers are here, and I've just put this luminous one down there. My hydrating primers, these are kind of like my go-to, so it's just handy to have. And then back here I've got my really like glow boosting primers, my elves, and then I've kept this one at the back here, just so it's kind of there and I will use it, but it's not like at the front with everything else. So this is what I'm keeping, and then these are what I am getting rid of or passing along. So some of these need to be thrown away, and then some I'm gonna put in a box and see if any friends would like them. Okay, so here we have skin tints and foundations, and then I've got this space at the back here, so I'm thinking of maybe putting my setting sprays at the back here, because it's a small space and it means that I will keep like not as many. But let's do skin tints. So first of all, this Kind and Free. I haven't been picking this up recently because it's a bit warmer, so this is really good for summer, so I'm going to keep this, and if I don't pick it up as much in the summer, I will then declutter in the next one. This Fenty Beauty Eavesdrop, I just don't ever pick it up anymore, so I think I am going to finally get rid of this. This is super old, I got this when it first came out, so yeah, I think it's time. This CoverGirl 1-2 I've had for a long time, like it's literally so old. I do really like it, but I've got other skin tints and it's just time to say bye to this one. The Superstay I am keeping. This is a really good like full coverage skin tint. My Iconic London, I do enjoy this, but I just don't, I grab all my others before this and I don't know why. So I'm going to keep this and maybe just try and use it up. I don't have loads left, so I am, going to try and use this up this year, and if I haven't, next year, maybe just get rid. The HNB Soft Focus Luminous, this is like a glow tint. I don't know why, because I loved this at first, and then for some reason I just haven't been enjoying it lately. I think when my skin is good, this looks good. When my skin isn't great, it doesn't wear that nicely. So I think I'm going to pass this along. I'm going to see if a friend can get a use out of it, because I just, every time I've worn it recently, I've just not been enjoying it, which is a shame, because I really did love this at the start. In the review that I did on it, I really loved it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna pass this along. All of the rest of these, so the Rare Beauty Skin Tint, I'm keeping this. The L'Oreal True Match Nude, I'm 100% keeping this. This is my favourite all time. If I ever only had to keep one, it would be this one. This Arborian CC cream, I like this. I don't grab it all the time, but I really like how it looks on my skin and it wears really nicely, so I'll keep that. This I put in here and keep it as a skin tint, because even though it's like a almost like a Halo Glow and Flawless Filter, Hollywood Flawless Filter dupe, this has enough coverage that on really no makeup days, when I want just something, I like to put this on with some concealer, and I really just enjoy it. So that's why I'm going to keep that. And this I kept to almost like darken up other skin tints. I never do that. So I'm going to get rid of this one. So these are the only skin tints that I am going to be keeping. I think this is enough skin tints. I should try and get through these. And now foundations. So I have the True Match foundation. So this is the like serum, and this is the foundation. These are unreal, like beyond unreal. This is my favourite foundation. This is my favourite skin tint. They're just beautiful, like 10 out of 10. My NARS foundations, I feel like it is time to let go. As you can see, I always talk about how they're such different colours. These are all Mont Blanc, and they are all different tones. This one, the foundation is so lovely that I am going to keep. This Sheer Glow I do like, so I think this light reflecting one, it's just time for me to say goodbye. I have never really liked it. I remember when it blew up, everyone was like so amazed by it, and I just never was. So I'm gonna, yeah, pass this one along. Then I have my double wear. This is quite old. I'm gonna keep this just because I do sometimes like mixing this in, so I've got something that's like really full coverage. So I'm gonna keep that for now. And then I have my MAC Studio Radiance, which is one of my favourites. And this is a really good drugstore option. It is a bit light, but I'm going to keep it for now and see how much I use it. It's a really good full coverage drugstore, so I'm going to keep that for now, but this one could be on the chopping block if I don't use it much this year. Okay, and now for setting sprays. So I have a few like hydrating sprays, which are these, the MAC Fix Plus. I don't need this one, so I'm going to get rid of this one. I really like this lavender one, so I'm going to keep that because I don't need both. This has also got like, I think it's because maybe the liquid inside, it's got some sort of tint. But this is really old and I really like this lavender one, so I'm going to keep that. This Morphe one, I like the mist, the like continuous mist. It's nearly finished, so I'm gonna throw this one away because I literally have like hardly anything left in it. So I'm gonna be keeping my Charlotte Tilbury. This is one of my favourites for like when I'm going out. So I'm definitely gonna be keeping this one. This one in here actually isn't the Charlotte Tilbury, it's the NYX Radiance setting spray that I had a spare bottle, so I popped it in this, because the spray on this was so much nicer than the like the little black bottles that the NYX ones comes in. So I'm going to be keeping this. And then I have, this is a new one, and I do like this one, so I'm going to be keeping this one. This one I do like, but it's always sold out because I think it's like a limited edition one. And I have my NYX one, which I enjoy, so I think I'm gonna get rid of this one because I don't need both. And then lastly I have this all-nighter. This is really good for, yeah, travel because it's so small, but I don't travel that much where I need this. Like, I always kept it because it was, like, obviously such a good setting spray. But if I was travelling now, I would just take this one. It's a little bit thicker, but, yeah, so I'm going to get rid of this. And it's hardly got anything left in it anyway. So, yeah, so that's all I'm kind of keeping. And it kind of fits in the back here of my foundations. Okay, so here we have concealers and then powders. I like how this setup works, so yeah, let's go through concealers first. Starting off with my pot concealer. So I've got the NARS Soft Matte Keeping This. This is great for spot concealing. It's great for, I want like really full coverage concealing. This Beauty Pie one, it's like a peach like corrector. I'm going to pass this along because I never reach for it. I never really need to correct. So yeah, I just never really use this. Concealers I'll definitely be keeping will be this Vive one. This is one of my favourites. We'll definitely be keeping this. This NYX one is also literally one of my all-time favourites, so we're keeping this. These two are very similar. I feel like I do still use them. This is nearly done. I literally probably have like 2 uses left of it. So I'm going to keep this out on my desk to basically show me that I need to like use it up. These two, I never got on board with this. I had this as a like mini to like retry, but this is in Chantilly and I really tried to like this, but it's just not my favourite. So I am going to pass this along because I love this Hourglass one so much more. So I'm going to be keeping this Hourglass one. I thought I would be getting rid of this, but I recently retried it and I don't mind it. So I'm going to keep it just for when I want something super full coverage and matte, because yeah, this shocked me when I used it recently. This Banana Lowlighter, it was just so expensive, so that's why I never really want to get rid of it, but I just never reach for it, so I think I am going to pass this along. Like, I don't use it. Yeah, it's time, I think. So I think I'm going to keep both of these. I've got rid of quite a few concealers, so I think these ones are going to stay. And then in terms of powders, I think all of my loose powders I'm going to keep. I mean, I don't have much left of this HNB one. Yeah, I really don't have much of it left, but this one I really like. It's a very brightening powder, but it's got the like one on top. My one size Hourglass Huda, keeping all of those. I mean, this Laura Mercier one, it's just a staple to have. I don't really reach for it, but I feel like everyone's just got to have it. And this e.l.f. one, I really enjoy. I probably need to, if I buy another powder, I need to get rid of one. So I feel like I'm at my powder limit. And then, yeah, let's look at this pressed powder from e.l.f. is 100% staying. It's one of my favourites. My Kosas. It's got a bit weird here, but it's one of my favourites as well. This MAC Mineralize one. This is in Light Plus. Don't really use it anymore because I use my Kosas one instead. And then I've got two Studio Fixes. This is in N3. And this is in NC15. Okay, I'm going to keep the NC15 and I'm going to pass along this N3. And then I think I'm going to pass this one along too. I don't use it because I just always use my Kosas Cloud Set instead. So, yeah, going to get rid of, pass both of these along. Okay. Okay, so here we have bronzers. So we've got all my like cream contours and bronzers, powder bronzers, all in the side here, and then at the back here we have highlighters, which I don't really use, but this is actually a powder bronzer. These from Made by Mitchell I never use. These are in Collectible and Hello There. This Hello There is super old, so I'm going to get rid of this. This I might keep as an eyeshadow base. I'm going to put this in my eye drawer. And if I don't use it, then I'll get rid of it. But I just never use it as a bronzer. This I got from TikTok shop and I just never reach for it. Yeah, it looked really good on this girl. And then I got it and I tried it and it, yeah, just wasn't a nice colour. Didn't like the consistency. It's quite muddy. So I'm going to get rid of this. My e.l.f. putty bronzers, I'm going to keep these. I've got the luminous one and the normal one. I like both of those. My XX Revolution I'm keeping. Pink Honey I'm keeping. Refi keeping. And I'm going to be keeping my Fenty as well. So I like all of those. This is a new like contour, which I'm going to be keeping. I really like this. And my Milk is one of my favourites, so keeping that. This I'm going to get rid of. I didn't like the colour. It was super orange. And this e.l.f. one, you can probably see like the colour difference of how like yellow this is. So I'm going to say bye-bye to this one. Yeah, and this one I got, I don't know where I picked this up from, but it's from like a Lanoon. It's like a really balmy texture. I don't really like it, so I'm gonna pass this one along. Powder bronzers, this made by Mitchell one. It's very pigmented, but I don't mind it if I use it in like little bits. This Rimmel one is one of my favourites. I love the tone of it. Charlotte Tilbury, I talk about this a lot. Love this. This Hoola one, I do like the fact that it's like 2-in-1. I just don't really like this Hoola. I don't know why, it's just very warm. I do like this blush, but I think I'm gonna, yeah, pass this along. This was like a tester. My friend worked in a store and got this for me because they were throwing it out. It's one of the Laura Mercier like bronzers. So I just kind of keep this at the back here because it doesn't have like a cover. This Wonder Beauty is like a little tester. I got this as a free sample. I really like this. I think I got this in a beauty box and I really like it. This NYX Sweet Cheeks, I don't really use it. It's almost shimmery highlighter. I kind of kept it in my eye box, but I don't use it. So I'm going to say goodbye to this one. This was from Kinda Beauty. I like this. I don't really use it. It's very soft. It is quite warm. But yeah. And this L'Oreal Infallible, I don't know why, it was just so patchy. Whenever I've used it, I just really don't like the formula. So I'm gonna pass this one along. I think I'm going to put these highlighters. This is the only liquid highlighter I've got, and I didn't mind this, so I'm gonna keep this. This is so old, but I'm keeping this. It's like stunning. to use on the body. It's like super glittery, but yeah, it's great. Now, one of these is really broken. Yes, this one. So I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm going to keep both of these. I've hit pan. I don't have loads left on them, so I'm just going to keep them. We have Soft and Gentle and Lightscapade. So yeah, I'm going to keep both of these. I feel like I've got lots of space in here to kind of grow if I need to. Okay, so here we have blush. I've got like blush palettes here, liquid blush, powder blush, and then like my sponges here. I don't have loads of blush, but I do have like some. So liquid blush. I have all my P. Louise, which I really like. I have Gentle Ginger. I think this is Oh So Spice, and then Ballet Slipper. I love all of these, so I'm going to be keeping these. I have two of the Putty blush. This is like the luminous one, and it's like a pink, and this is kind of like an orangey one. I love this one for summer, and it's nice to have a pink one. I like the formula of these, so keeping those. This Refi one is very messy. I am going to be keeping this. This is in Malaya. We have a blush balm from Vive. Again, really good, keeping that. This is in Melon Sorbet. I don't mind this. I'm going to keep this, but this might go out next time. This I did not like. I didn't like the tone of it. It was very like pink and it was quite sticky. So I'm going to pass this one along. My blush palettes, let's go over these next. So, this is a face palette. It's from Benefit. I guess I've got Hulu in here, so it's okay that I've got rid of that other one. Yeah, don't mind this. So I kind of just dip into like these two together. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep this for now. This is from Makeup Revolution. I like this. This is from XX Revolution. I like this. I kind of mix these two together because this is very light when it actually comes out. So I'll keep this. It's quite nice for summer. This I got from TikTok Shop. It's meant to be a dupe. I don't know why. I just don't really like the formula. It's not like creamy enough. So yeah, I think I'm going to pass this along. I just never use it. This is from BH Cosmetics. I like this. I kind of use all these tones, so I'm going to keep this. And then my favourite face palette is from Vive. I use this all the time. 100% staying. I'm just going to put those down the side there. Powder blush. This Sephora one I like. It's like pinky, but I like it. This one from the Beauty Crop I don't really use because it's quite shimmery. It's quite old though. I'm not sure about that one. This again is so old. These are all kind of ones I've just had like kicking about. I'm going to keep this Beauty Crop one. I'm going to let this one go because I just don't use it and I don't even know where it's from. It's just like so old. This is from Primark. I don't really use this. I need to maybe try and get a bit more use out of it. This e.l.f. Duo, I'm going to pass this along. I don't ever reach for it. This one from Benefit. This is very similar to this. Like they're very... So I think I'm going to pass this along because I'm keeping this Benefit palette. And then this is a free sample that I just haven't... I sometimes use it. It's still got a bit of like product on there. So I just like to keep that. So not many blush, powder blushes. Yeah, I'm not really a blush girl, so this is like my most like minimum kind of draw. I'm definitely more of like a liquid blush person than powder, but I think it's because in here I just kind of always just use these blushes, or if I want something different I just go to this. So it's not as if I need like loads. And then yeah, the back is just sponges, but I'm going to be keeping all of those.